Well, this morning's walk-in is a pair of deadbolts here that his mother-in-law has lost the keys to. They're trying to sell her condo here in town. We don't have any working keys, so we're going to get them some working keys here for these locks with no keys and get them some brand new ones going. Alright, see if I can get a good angle for everything. He was handy enough to take it off the door himself and get it here, so we have that going for us. I'll try and do everything on top. I'll start off taking the back plug off, push the little pin in, screw it off. Make sure you don't lose the inner piece. That's what his deadbolt tail piece works off of. Helps if you push the pin. Guys, I might have to consider glasses, but not today. Probably be easier if I took the plug out too, but what that little screw's there for is take the cylinder all the way out. It would probably make my life a little easier. I'm going to need a blank Schley key. What are the odds I got one up here? Right there. Take our shim, which is nothing more than a little flat piece of metal. Put it in until we feel it hit that first pin. And then you work your key out. I don't got the world's strongest shim today, obviously. Let's get one that someone hasn't ruined the integrity of. I also have too long a key. See, I have an SC4 going in an SC1. That's the difference between the 5-pin, 6-pin, so it's a cheap deadbolt. They didn't drill it out to even take a 6-pin. So I'm going to have to move that back so I can get my shim in. Type turret today. There we go. We got her slightly in. There's the first lurch. There's 2 pins. There's the third one. 4th one. And keys turned. You know, follower. When you locksmiths are ever in a spot, you get a weird cylinder that's a weird shape, you don't have the right size, go to your drill bits. Use the flat end of the drill bit. Get you out of a pinch. Drill bit will do that for you. Now we just gotta get them a pair of keys. So we're gonna go to our code cut drawer over here. You may or may not be able to see. We keep keys cut to factory original code cuts, so there'll be a code on there for me to pin this up to. Of course, we're just using our standard pin tray. We're gonna go off of our Schley tray there. Gives us all our pin sizes, so we know what to use pin-wise according to number. On one of these pins, there's a flat edge on top. On the bottom, you got the beveled edge. Beveled edge is what goes in. That's what rides on the key. I dump the old pins out here, start fresh. And then we got Schley goes up by 15, so once you find one number, you kind of can just skim your way through your numbers then. $70, $255, and a 3, $210. You'll see they're all in there flush. Should all be green, but I got a wrong batch of pins sent to me, so the color's off on that. You'll see the flat sides up on all of them. Now we just put it back to our lock cylinder. Make sure you keep constant pressure between you and the follower so you don't dump your pins. Pull your shim back out. Test your key turns. Make sure you put your key on the plug before you put your plug back on, because that whole thing will pull out if you don't have your thing screwed on. And then all you do is put your pin back in. Some of them have a notch on both sides and it doesn't matter. Some only have a notch on one side and it makes a difference. I'm going to pop that back in. You gotta put your spring back in first. There'll be a little spring in there. Try not to drop those. Usually I use a magnetic tray to hold on to them so you don't lose it. Your little piece in the middle that held your tailpiece in has a notch that goes right around your little button. And you just gotta screw it back on. Find something small enough to push your button down. They do make a tool for that, but I was never very good with it. I always found it easier just to push the pin down on most of them. Sometimes you get these small pins, holes, make it difficult. Seatbelt box isn't holding up well. You gotta make sure that screw cap's on tight, because if you don't, your key will get stuck. There you go. Screwed on tight. Make sure you click into the post. A little post will click into those teeth, lock it in place. Take your key, you test it. Make sure your key comes out. Make sure you don't have any fingers on the face, because that'll tell you whether or not you got your back piece tight enough. It's clearly tight enough because the key comes out. 1 or 2 done for the customer. I'll move on to the second one. Do the same thing. That out here. I don't have my fancy magnet plate here, but we do have a parts mat, so all my parts will stay right there. I don't lose them. Once again, we got a shimmer lock. Start with getting our shim in place. Find our blank key. Funny. Right-handed, but I need my pressure finger to be the right hand, because I can guide the key with the dumb one, but you can't put the right pressure on the shim with it. And we're shimmed, lock's turned, followers out. You want same key both doors, as most of us probably would. We got you remember the pattern pretty quick. Alright, all our pins in, they're all flush. Slide this back in. Key turns. Pull key out. Reassemble. You also gotta make sure you don't put that cap on too tight, because then your key won't turn, because you'll have it screwed on too tight, like that, too tight. I gotta take a turn out of it. Take a turn out of it. And I took 2 out. Hopefully it wasn't too many. Nope, key still comes out. Key turns. Spray a little dry graphite lube. Hey, we're not sponsored, but you know Super Lube, if you wanted to, we would definitely endorse some dry film Super Lube. Alright, I gotta go. 2 locks for the customer. Mom's calling.